Hello and welcome to the Trisbrina Show. I'm Tristan.
I'm Sabrina.
And today we're talking about 6 signs that you need an energy detox. What is an energy detox? We'll get into that in just a moment. But before we do, we're going to cut to a commercial. You ready to explain?
Yes, we're about to launch July 19th, 2022, 5 days of free energy training, and we call it the 5-Day Energy Detox and Reboot Challenge, where every day we'll come at you live and replays are available for a limited time, teaching you different energy arts like healing, Qigong, joint mobility, meditation, techniques to make your back happy and healthy so that your spine feels wonderful, energy for fitness, how to use a Qi ball to heal yourself and to heal others, and how to use energy in your relationships, and so much more. But here's the added bonus. When you do register, and you need to register even if you've attended the events in the past, because there's a free gift, and it's the first time anyone has access to our newest program called Daily Qigong, the Feel Good Routine. And it's a 10-minute routine you can do every day. It comes with a 40-minute private lesson. So as soon as you register, you'll get access to that. You just want to check your email. And then we're also doing what we call a pre-tox. It's like a pre-challenge where for 5 trainings, eat one each day leading up to the 5-day challenge, we're going to share some type of a basic Qigong so you really feel good when the event starts. Now that may seem like a lot of homework, but don't worry if you're like, I don't have time for the pre-tox, we got you covered. Just show up July 19th for day 1. We go live at 1 p.m. Central every day, and then the replays are available for at least 48 hours.
And she said all of that without a teleprompter. That was amazing. So if you are happening upon us only auditory, the URL, the web page is Satori Method, SATORIMETHOD, SatoriMethod.com/energy, and it was on your screen there.
You were impressed?
I'm always impressed, but today extra impressed. Yeah, a lot of good going on over here. All right, let's talk about this thing called an energy detox.
What is it? What is an energy detox?
Well, let's say what it is not.
And because if you're wondering what it is, you're like, well, what is it? So I know if I need it. So we're going to tell you what it is, and then we're going to tell you 6 of the symptoms that you're like you must attend.
Okay, well, obviously we want you to attend the event, but let's just talk about this thing so it makes sense. Pretty sure that you're part of our community, and if you're not, welcome to our wild and crazy ride we call Satori Method. So energy's everything over here at Satori Central. We are always talking about life force. Life force. It's this beautiful energy that flows through the human body. We're born with it. It's all around us. It's animating the whole universe. It's inside your foods. It's doing all the good stuff. It's healing your wounds. It's digesting your food. It's helping you stay awake when you sleep at night. It's the force of life itself.
Yeah, the essence of all that is.
All that is. So that's kind of a no-brainer, right? Like if you don't have the life force, you're gone. So you want to have a lot of life force flowing to and through you. But the thing is that as human beings, when we get stressed out...
You know what? That's not true.
Which part?
Well, because here's the thing.
It's a debate.
Is being filled with life force, and you're living life and you're feeling good. You're feeling good physically, you're feeling good mentally, you're feeling good spiritually and connected. And then there is the final day of your life where you said, and to me that's okay too, but here's not what's okay. I'm still living my life, but with like a little tiny battery left. And so everything feels like a hassle. The body doesn't feel great. The thoughts don't feel great. I don't feel on purpose, and I'm struggling because I'm still living out this life, but with this depleted sense of who I am, with this feeling of this lack of health. And I think that's the hardest thing of all, is it's not about living a long life. It's about living a long life full of life force. Write that down.
And what was the part that you were correcting?
Oh, just that it's not like you're full of life force and then that's that other part.
Clarification.
That wasn't correct.
It's okay. You might be running on a trickle, right? On fumes, life force fumes.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to rebuild and recharge.
Don't say fumes. Winston's here.
Oh no, our puppy. All right, back to the topic at hand. So it's not like your typical detox. We're talking about energy right now. I think we've got the clarity that we all have life force. Some of us have more of it flowing to and through us, and some of us are pinching it off. And this is where the issues lie. And this is what's so beautiful about the energy arts. Energy arts have a simple, holistic approach. They don't go looking under your fingernail or in your ear. They say, let's look at the whole body as a holistic package of energy flow. And when that energy isn't flowing well, it's getting stagnated, right? It's not, imagine a garden hose and water flowing through it, just like it flows blood through your vessels. There are channels in the body called meridians. They flow through all your fascial tissue in your body. They pool into centers, energy centers. They work in and out of gates, some people call chakras. And so there's all this beautiful internal energy matrix, like an internal irrigation system. And when it's off, when it's sluggish, when there's a disruption in the healthy flow, when it gets blocked, this is where the problems lie. And so the holistic approach is, well, let's just get the energy flowing again. So a detox, when you think about a detox around like a cleanse, you're going on a juice cleanse, right? You're going to put some herbs in your body and trying to get impurities out of your system. You have, I don't know, built up stuff that's gotten into your organs, like you're doing a liver detox, gallbladder, you're purging, your colon, doing a digestion process, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're eliminating things in the body that are causing toxicity. All right, that's considered a cleanse or a detox. Well, the energy isn't necessarily bad. Mm-mm. It's just that, so think of energy as light, beautiful, pure light, and the light is flowing to and through you. But the light has too much shadow on it, and it's gotten diminished. So it's not that see, people say negative energy. I got to get the negative energy out of me. What you really want to do is you want to just open the energy channels back up so the energy can feel positive. It only feels negative because when energy's not flowing, it turns into negative emotion. Mm-hmm. So emotion is simply this. It's how you're reading your energy flow. So if you're feeling jealous, you're feeling angry, you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, it means your life force is compromised. You might be chi deficient. You might be blocked. So you want to open up the channels, get the life force flowing, get the lightness back into it, get the darkness out, and your energy goes up, and therefore your mood goes. Well, we're going to get into these things.
And the great thing is it doesn't take a lot of time. You'll be surprised if you haven't attended one of our 5-day energy detox and reboot challenges, how many miracles happen in those 5 days. Things that had been bothering people for decades. Right. When the energy opens up, the issue is cleared and they can move forward. I love that. With so many things, it seems like, over time this happens. And that's true. But there are things where when you just let go of that one block, there is such instant relief. There is such instant gratification. Okay, so the 6 signs that you may be a good candidate for an energy detox.
Okay. Let's start with number 1.
Okay.
Rather than number 6. We're going to talk about this depletion concept, and we're going to talk about how it compromises the immune system.
So number 1.
Depleted immune system.
Yep.
So here's something really interesting about the energy arts. When energy is like information, and so when you have negative information or your information is skewed, the information flowing through your body compromises the cells. The cells in your body are requiring good information so that they can reproduce correctly, so they don't get maladaptive signals between the brain and the body, and you can create all kinds of problems. And when the body is stressed out, and when the information isn't clean and clear, the immune system gets compromised. There's a whole host of things that happen when the immune system is out. Obviously, we're more susceptible to viruses and bacteria and things like that. Not a good idea, especially in this world today. The immune system is there to get the bad guys out, and so we need it to be vibrant and healthy and full. Yeah. So if your information inside your system is like stress information, worry information, concern information, you're going to compromise your immune system.
Well, what I would say about having a depleted immune system is right now, who doesn't?
Yeah.
With the food that we're getting and the quality of the food that's available, with the quality of the soil, with some of the things that are added to our food, with the standard diet that so many people are eating, with the run, not getting enough sleep, which we'll get into later, so many people's immune system are compromised. Even doing things that we are told to do to protect our immune system can also compromise it. If I cover my face with a mask and I have a job where my face is covered for 10 hours a day and I'm inhaling, I'm not getting that fresh breath, that's not the greatest thing, right? I think it's kind of obvious. I'm not getting into a debate about anything here, but everyone's immune system right now, being inside all the time, not being out, living life, being social, being more in the community. There's so many things that have depleted the immune system. And this isn't our opinion about the energy arts, particularly Qigong, helping the immune system. There were studies done in 2020 that showed that Qigong helped people not only be more, what do they call it?
Resilient?
More resilient and to bounce back if they did get the COVID virus. They actually have a lot of studies proving that. So definitely, if you feel that your immune system might need a big old boost, a natural boost, this is for you. Now let's just move right on into number 2.
We're going to keep on rocking.
All right.
There's so much we could say about that.
Yeah.
Come to the 5-day Energy Detox and Reboot, and we'll show you some awesome physical Qigong movements to help you boost the immune system very quickly.
So number 2, and I put this way up high on the list because I relate to it, is difficulty sleeping. Now, difficulty sleeping, there's so many ways that can unfold. It can be I have trouble falling asleep at night, or I can't sleep long enough, or once I fall asleep, when I wake up, I'm still tired, so I didn't get quality sleep, or I fall asleep and I wake up and it's hours that I can't get back to sleep. Sleep is so important. Sleep is so important. We are embracing sleep like crazy.
We call it sleep gong. Like Qigong, it's a type of Qigong.
And how frustrating. I know that I had years that I struggled with. I could fall asleep, no problem, because I was exhausted.
Stress sleep.
And I would fall asleep, but then I'd wake up. A lot of times it would be 3:30 or 4, and just la 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 until 6, and I knew that I needed to get it.
You were thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
And worrying. And judging.
I didn't mean to.
It was just looping.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do when that happened. I didn't know how to put my body back into higher quality sleep. And I didn't know exactly what to do before I settled into sleep. So my amazing sleep, I love sleep. Now, it happens, it's happening all the time. I'm always preparing for this amazing sleep.
And I'll just add to that, it goes back to the information that's flowing through you, the energy that's flowing through you. So if you're worrying, if you're stressed out during the day, you're disrupting your energy flow. When you disrupt your energy flow and you go to sleep in a disrupted state, you're going to provoke thoughts that are disrupted thoughts. So what's so interesting about energy is your thoughts affect it. So we say thoughts can become things, right? I mean, we've heard that since the days of the movie The Secret. Your thoughts can create an ulcer. Your thoughts can create a migraine headache. Your thoughts can create pain in your body.
Panic attack.
They can create anxiety and panic attacks. So thoughts become translated, their information, into poor health, into negative emotion. So that means thoughts are disrupting your energy. There's a saying that we love. I believe it was probably Gary Craig who came up with this saying. It's used in the energy medicine circles, like to give cred where cred is due. Whoever came up with this, energy psychologists, negative emotions. So they're talking about this. A disruption in your energy system, that internal matrix we talked about, a disruption in the energy system is the root cause, right? The root cause for negative emotion. So sleep, oh my gosh, if you've got energy disruptions, you're going to have negative thoughts and negative emotions and be very hard to sleep. Now,
And when you don't have sleep, it's that cycle. When you don't have sleep, it affects everything. Well, but let's move on.
let's continue.
Do you want me to do number 3, or do you want to?
Why don't you start it?
Okay. All right, number 3, and we couldn't think of a word that just says everything, so we're going to say brain fog. But for me, that really includes, for me personally, this inability to tap my intuition, this constant questioning of myself with uncertainty. I can't feel my gut feeling. I can't remember things. It's like, what? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't find it. And I can't find it.
Because you got brain fog.
Because I got brain fog.
Yeah. I mean, who hasn't had that, right? Where we just can't see clearly. I love that song. I can see clearly now, the disruptions are gone. So when you clear energy blocks and energy disruptions, your brain gets clearer. Now there's some beautiful meditation techniques in the art of Qigong because it's working with your breath. Your breath and your energy. It's one and the same thing, really. So you're doing certain movements that are creating balance and homeostasis within your body. Qigong, in this case, we're talking about gentle flowing movements with breath that help calm the nervous system.
That anyone can do.
They get you out of the stress mode, the sympathetic nervous system. They put you in the parasympathetic nervous system. The deep diaphragmatic breathing in Qigong stimulates your longest nerve in your body between your brain and all the way down through organs and through your diaphragm, which is stimulated when you do this deep breathing. That gentle toning on this nerve, the vagus nerve, calms your whole nervous system. But it also brings fresh energy to the brain, and it helps you to think clearly. There are other techniques in Qigong, sounds that you're making, that the auditory system says, oh, everything is safe. And you just start to unwind the heat. Sometimes the brain is just too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot in the brain. Too many mind, too many thinking, too many worrying. It creates the fog. Now there's many other reasons for that. You can go into food and nutrition and things like that. But a lot of times it's just you're running too hot. The nervous system is spiking.
Yep.
You need to settle down and you can get out of your brain fog. All right. That's number 3, brain fog. We're on to 4.
Well, let's go through them. So number 1 was a depleted immune system. Number 2 was difficulty sleeping. And number 3 was brain fog.
By the way, with the immune system, you're just going to feel like you can't fight off colds and things. You're going to feel lethargy and tired because your body's working so hard to protect you.
Or you might wake up in several mornings a week, think, I think I have allergies today. Mm-hmm. Right? The body's always trying to fight something.
Absolutely. All right, we're moving on. I'm no stranger to number 4. Can I start it?
Yeah.
Aches, pains, and stiffness. This is absolutely related to energy disruptions and the need for a detox. I think of a detox in this case as a reboot as well, because you're rebooting the information flow through the body, between the body and the brain, using the breath. That's your 3 Bs. That's your cool trifecta right there. When you start to get the brain relaxed, it stops sending reactive signals in the body that cause aches and pains. Now, I'm not saying all aches and pains are directly coming from the brain, but if we're living in chronic pain, typically the brain has maladaptive signals. It may have picked it up through an injury or poor posture or lack of movement, something like that, and the brain started saying, oh, this area is tight, let's protect it. Oh, this area is injured, let's not move too much, I want to help you never feel any pain.
Yeah. And
you get in these loops where you lose mobility. When you start losing mobility, guess what? More pain, and things get tighter, and then the joints start shearing. It's a rat. What do you call it when you get in a rabbit's nest? Not a rabbit.
Rat's nest?
It's like a rat's nest. It's a mess. So you're going to learn when you come to the event, and pick up that free gift, by the way, you're going to learn how to open up something called your fascia. Make sure you get this. This starts with the fascia. So the fascia, I won't go deep into it. We'll do that at the event. SatoriMethod.com/energy. Go get your gift there and get registered for the event. But fascia, it's got a nervous system within it. It's filled with nerves. It's got blood vessels inside it, and it's a casing. It's connective tissue that's around all your muscles, your bones, your organs, your tendons, your ligaments. And a lot of time what happens is fascia gets shortened and gets adhesions in it. Mm-hmm. And so when that fascia gets shortened and tight, you get aches and pains too. Yeah. So it's kind of a compound effect, and it's the reason people get stuck in it. The brain's sending signals, the body's getting tight, it's sending signals back, and you get caught in your rat's nest.
Yep.
So detox your energy flow. Mm-hmm. And Qigong has gentle movements that open the fascia and reset the signals in the brain.
Yep. So today, It's so hot in Austin, Texas right now. Like
toasty.
we're like breaking all records, and so we're trying to keep our plants alive. So I'm hand watering because there's water restrictions, and I put the hose like in a pot or on a plant, and then I go and pull some weeds, and then I come back and move it. I'm just a multitasker no matter what I do, and I'm pulling the weeds today, and it's something that we've talked about before. And I know that I want to get my hand as close to the soil as possible and maybe even wet the soil first. Because if I wet the dirt first, I know that those weeds are going to come right out. And to me, that's what doing some of the fascia work that we're going to share with you at the event does, is like adding water to the soil, and it's wetting it so that when it's time to pull that root out, which is an analogy for clearing the
Or
block.
an adhesion that needs to be cleared.
It's ready, because you don't just want to, and so maybe you, like me, I tried so many things for so many things, right? I tried this to fix this issue, and I tried this to fix my mind, and this to fix my stiffness, and this to fix my bones, and this to fix my back, and this to help my sleep, and this to help with my weight issues and eating disorders. And there's so many things in your juggling.
That's a lot of fixing.
Yeah, this girl needs some fixing. So here's what I just want to say to you. If the root cause of negative emotions is an energy disruption, to me, wetting that soil and then oh so slowly and gracefully and carefully, you just grab the little weed by the root and you pull it out slowly, like Qigong. It's so slow, it's so gentle, anyone can do it. And it's so satisfying when you pull that little weed out and the whole root comes out, and you almost hear the root coming out, and you know that you got rid of it. That's what like clearing a block
You know
is.
what that is?
It's a way. It isn't breaking the piece of weed. It isn't breaking the grass. It isn't just like, oh, can't see it right now, let's pretend it's not there. But it's going to come back. So if you've had an issue that just keeps coming back, I just want to suggest it may be an energy issue, and these 5 days can be the thing that helps you slowly, gracefully, and carefully pull it out by the root.
When we talk about energy, we talk about the physical body because the energy flows through the physical body. And so you have to go, we're constantly telling people it's through the body.
Yeah.
Just like Sabrina said, getting the tissue wet,
Yeah.
lubricating it. And the weed is the issue. And so you're getting the issue
block.
out of the tissue. Mm-hmm. That's the key. Cool. All right, Missy, number 5 is moody. I don't know anything about that. Look, when I was busted up and injured with my back being jacked up all those years ago, I was the moodiest SOB I've ever met. I was angry, which turned eventually into depression because I kept going down the emotional spiral. So remember we talked about emotion is how you're reading your energy. And negative energy just means that there's a lot of shadow on the light. Energy is light. There's so much shadow, there's impingement. So there's less light being shown. Well, the less light that you're connecting to, the more negative the emotion gets. So you're going to move from optimistic or feeling good to, and you can take yourself from feeling good to feeling pretty crappy pretty quick. That's how fast energy can shift. But that also means you can go the other way.
You know how when things aren't flowing, right? Things have to be flowing on the inside. A lot of times we look for things to be flowing on the outside, and that's the excuse to flow on the inside, but that's not very convenient, right? You got to know how to flow on the inside. But when things aren't flowing, it's easy to be snippy with the ones you love, really snippy, right? Nagging, just not.
And you hate it about yourself
You hate later.
later. You
Right?
wish you hadn't done it.
And for different people, it has different flavors, different times. For some people, it might be a little mean. Some people, it might be, I'm a victim, I'm a martyr, I'm just sad, I'm just moody. Like, but it's not really your fault because your energy isn't flowing. You're not able to get to who you really are. And that's what's so beautiful about the energy arts is it helps you flow into just who you are naturally when you're at your best. I sometimes say who I am when I'm with my dog. I'm amazing. I'm so kind and loving with a dog,
I would say,
right?
treat me like a dog. Just treat me like a dog, and I'm good.
You know, when we speak to our pets, we're like, oh my gosh, you're just such a good boy. Everyone is good. Everyone is kind. They're never out to be bad. And I just want to say that again, like, to not judge yourself for having those snippy, that moody, that short temper, impatience, martyr, whatever the flavor is. It's just the energy isn't flowing to help you be who you really are. And it's as simple as it's just pulling out that weed. You just got to know how to do it.
Change your mood. Because here's what happens. So energy is vibration. So you have certain energetic tone, certain vibration in your body. And if that energy is vibrating at a lower level, and it's in survival instinct, and it's more in root area, your thoughts are going to feel lower vibration. More angst, more worry, more judgment, more complaint, more jealousy, all of that. It means your vibration needs to come back up. When your vibration comes up, think of it like being down in the ocean. And the further you go from the surface down, the darker it gets, right? So you're just getting further and further away from the light. So you bring your vibration up, 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 up. You're ascending into the light.
And then you start floating.
You start to feel the float. So what you want to do is bring your energy up through the body, especially get it up into the heart center, because that's when you start to experience something known as Shen. Shen is this inner glow, and it starts to come out of you. People can feel it. It's very attractive, and it's a radiant energy. It means you're getting closer to that surface where the light can be seen in you. It starts coming out your eyes. It starts informing your face. You start to smile more. You're glowing. Literally, you're glowing. So what you want to do is you want to allow that energy to rise. And your mood and your thoughts and your feelings, all of them will elevate. You'll get into these elevated emotions. The spectrum shifts. Think of this as an emotional spectrum. Not that down in here is bad. Never think that. Like, you need your power. You need all of that energy to be a creator, to procreate, all of it. It's not bad. But we're talking like metaphorically, bring the vibration up. And as you bring the vibration up, you bring the mood up.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, number 6.
Last one. This is a big one because a lot of people talk about this one.
Issues with your body's weight.
Yeah, holding on to weight.
Holding on to weight. So we hear a lot from people, like, a lot of times age gets, blamed. Well, I'm just older now. And yes, that's true, but you could say, well, why is that? Well, that could be hormonal imbalances. But when the energy isn't flowing, the hormones are definitely affected.
They're affected.
When you're not moving. But when you're stressed, the main thing that you're going to see is carrying more weight around the middle of your body than you want to. Right around the middle, whether it's a man or a woman, right around the middle. And that's because...
Don't really get it in your ankles so much.
No.
What's up with
Wouldn't that be good? You could hide it with socks.
I think this is a really important conversation because the stress, of course, you guys have heard of cortisol. So the more worry and stress and disruption, the more cortisol your body has, making it harder for your body to assimilate the fat. Gets stored, or the energy, and therefore gets stored as fat.
Yeah, and also when you're moving and the energy is flowing, your body is way more capable to build the capillaries to go into the stored fat, bring it in, and use it for energy. When the energy isn't flowing and your body, you could have stored fat, but the body's like, I'm hungry. I don't know how to get to that fat in order to use it for energy.
Winston's dreaming, and I think he thinks he's chasing a rabbit. He's making little noises in the background. Here's a couple of other interesting things about holding on to weight. One of them is, do you want to wake him up?
No.
One of them is when you're in negative emotion, right? When you're worrying or when you're in negative emotion, the actions that we take tend to be to try to find comfort. And so a habit that is there, maybe an unconscious habit for you, is to put more energy via food in the body to mute the emotion. Now there's another part to this. If you are chi deficient, your energy's not flowing well, you're going to feel like you need energy. And so your go-to, of course, usually is food. And then you're putting the food in to get the energy, but maybe that food either isn't healthy Sometimes that happens. We're putting food in that's just not high vibe, doesn't have a lot of life force, or we're just not assimilating the food well because our enzymes and things like that are off. So these different things impact us. But there's one last one I want to talk about. Not another number 7. This is about weight.
Okay.
So I knew a person years ago, and you'll see the correlation to this. She constantly worried about not the weight around her waist. Well, it was in the back. So not the front, it was more in the booty. And so she was a lovely girl, and I knew her for years and years, and I know that she constantly was worrying about it and talking about it and looking in the mirror and judging. Now, if I've ever seen this was the time. What you focus upon expands. Her booty got so big, no judgment, but I had to think, I feel like she was so worried about it and so focused on it and so training her body to store the energy there as extra tissue. And it bothered her. And it's just so interesting. So if you're worrying about your body, if you're looking at it and you're judging it, you're blocking the energy flow in those areas. Start to love those areas. See the light flowing through those areas. Don't judge, because what you focus upon expands.
And what's really beautiful about, what we teach is you've got to love the body right now. You've got to love your body right now in order to be its friend to take it on a healing journey, right? And who cares what it looks like from the outside, right? That's not what this is about. No. We're actually talking about what is also healthy. What is an ideal weight for people? A lot of times the reason it bothers people is because they're like, this isn't what my body is. And they say that when you don't get enough sleep, you tend to get it around your middle. So it is very stress connected, and it's a tender topic to talk about, but we wanted to bring it out because a lot of people who registered for the 5-day event are telling us in the Facebook poll coming in that because of the pandemic, changes in diet, and just the stress, that all of a sudden they're dealing with this. And I don't think, just like pulling out the weed with all the different things, the thing that's going to do it for you is that shift in energy.
I know there are people here who have been around for a while, and they've seen their energy and their weight shift because of their energy work. Mm-hmm. You're more than welcome to, if you want to share, but that's the cool thing, is if you're consistent with your energy work, if you're consistent with moving your body temple and loving it, that weight can naturally fall off. It doesn't have to be like fasting, and we're not against fasting either, but it just doesn't have to be hardcore.
Yeah.
It can come off naturally and easily. Let's get the stress out of your system. Let's balance the cortisol levels. Let's stop focusing on it in a judgmental way and allow the body to be seen as a temple, and the body will do what the body does so well. Yep. It will heal. It will return to its beautiful state.
So let's review.
Okay.
The 6 signs you may need an energy detox is that you feel your immune system might be a bit depleted or could use a boost. Number 2, you have difficulty sleeping, or you're not sleeping as deeply as you would like or as long as you would like. Number 3, you have some brain fog. You're just not remembering stuff the way that you'd like to. You lack a little clarity, focus, uncertainty, self-doubt, questioning, looping. Number 4, just general aches, pains, stiffness, things that aren't going away and that are lingering because there's an energy block. Number 5, you're a bit moody. Just a little moody there. And number 6, there's some excess weight that you'd like to let go of to be more healthy, and it just isn't coming off.
Miss Bonnie says she's released 30 pounds so far, and it wasn't from dieting.
Oh my gosh.
So what's that all about?
Wow.
Health.
That's so
choices,
amazing.
Energy.
Love.
Mm-hmm. Emotional state.
So if you have one or more of these symptoms, you should definitely...
You're the perfect candidate for the 5-day Energy Detox and Reboot event.
And can you give them the link?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you go here and register, if you can't make it live, first of all, live is so much fun.
Yeah.
In the chat, you're going to meet so many people. But if you can't, there are limited time replays. we take these 5 hours of classes and we turn it into a program that we sell. So it's really quality. And the bonus for registering is you get instant access to our newest program, Daily Qigong, the Feel Good Routine, which is a 10-minute routine that focuses on moving the fascia. But there's a 40-minute lesson that takes you through in sort of a private lesson style why you do what you do and the details of it. You'll really love it. And you're allowed to share this link with your friends and family and people you love.
Yeah. In
In
fact,
fact, if somebody in your life, like you're somewhere and somebody's a little snippy, a little moody, you should say, oh, you've got symptom number 5. You need an energy detox.
there's the gift right there. That's the Daily Qigong. So go to that link right there so you can go and get you some. It's a really fun routine. It feels great doing it. And I don't know about you, but I like feeling great. So go get you some. SatoryMethod.com/energy for the free gift and the 5-day event.
And we will see you July 19th, which is a Tuesday through Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Daily, which is 11 a.m. Pacific, which is 2 p.m. Eastern, which I think in London, what is it, 6 or 7? You London people know.
I think it's 6 hours. Aren't you guys 6 hours ahead?
It depends on, we keep moving our time around, so.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us today. Y'all have a great rest of your Thursday or whenever you're watching this. Much, much love to you. Bye now. Oh, I lost the thingy. That was a very cute little picture you made.